What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Cover Price Top 10 show for December 8th. That's right, we are here to talk the top 10 selling books throughout the last week. And boy, oh boy, you might see some surprises and then some obviously familiar ones. But nonetheless, it's going to be a very interesting top 10. And joining me tonight, I have the ever so awesome Izzy, and I've got my man Travis, who's here. Let's go around the horn, say hi to the boys. Izzy, how's it going?
What's up, boys and girls? And we have some strange things to talk about today, don't we?
Apparently, it just keeps getting stranger. Right?
Yep.
Ain't that right, Travis?
Sure is. It's as strange as it could be.
Absolutely.
Well, and we do have some strange things to talk about. And speaking strange things, we have a strange fella to say hi to. Travis, how's it going?
What's up, y'all? Welcome in, chat. How's everybody doing? So glad to be back again on this very special Monday. And I'm going to do it.
No.
I'm going to say it.
No.
Happy birthday to our fearless leader, Lando, Mr. Black Crown.
Thank you, sir.
I even wore the shirt to celebrate you. See?
I knew there was something. There was something in the air that said,
burn that t-shirt.
Feliz cumpleaños a usted, mi hermano.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you, sir.
So let's get that candle.
Modelo.
Cheers, dude. Salute.
Cheers, buddy.
Here's
I
to you, bro.
appreciate you, but do us all a service, dude. Burn that shirt. Like
It will never happen. It will never happen. Matter of fact, this is probably one of many. I've decided that I might just go for the full wardrobe. I might just light it up. I'm gonna find as many weird pictures of you as I can possibly find.
Oh,
I think if the chat wants the shirt, we should make it available sometime soon.
sure.
I've got connections that you don't even know I have, Lando.
Yeah,
I've got connections.
I'm all for it. Travis, I need my shirt though.
I got it.
Hold on,
you got it. We'll get a baseball cap while we're at it.
It's already, man. The damage is done, man. I've already made my way. I've crept my way in. Okay, the roots have taken.
Dude, if I would see that at a con, man, I don't know. I don't know how I'd react.
Just
I
sign
don't know how
it.
I'd react.
Go ahead and
Probably
sign it. Just sign it. Do Lando's
I can
signature.
assure you, I'm going to be drawing him something special on that t-shirt.
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, man. Shout out to the chat. I see you with all the birthday wishes, so it means a lot. Absolutely love you guys, but we're not here for me. No, we're here for you guys and to talk, obviously, the top 10 selling books this week. So what books are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about those that sold on the aftermarket just within the last week. And, of course, we're looking at some of the dollars that were spent on the aftermarket. And, of course, we're looking at the trending sales. So to kick it off, I want to check out what's happening with tonight's runner-up before we kick off the top 10. So, Travis, take it away. What do we got?
Oh, something we've seen before, I think. Up at the runner-up at number 11, Absolute Batman number 2. We tracked 31 copies sold of this book. Guys, got a little bit of a key here. You have a couple introductions here of Oswald, Absolute Edward Nygma, Absolute Harvey Dent. You know, we're getting the whole gang here introduced here. So a little bit of a key book in the Absolute run. Like I said, 31 copies sold, high graded sale of $112 for a CGC 9.8. That's a big one. That's a big number for this book, I think. 7-day trend of 18%. Guys, the Absolute Batman train continues to roll, and is no surprise to see it still hanging out here. Runner-up, Absolute Batman number 2. Great cover. I actually really like this cover. It's one of my favorites of the run.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I enjoyed this cover. I like the story between Alfred and Bruce here. You know, how it's being portrayed. It's the second issue, and like all books, the second issue always has a lower print run than the first issue, regardless of how popular it is. So therefore, people are trying to complete runs, as you will see all day today. And this is the second issue. So people talk about issue 1. They're talking about certain special issues. This is the one that it's like, it's there. It's the second issue, but we're continuing the story. So that's why it's here.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. If we would have rewinded, let's go back 5 years from, right now. If you would have told me that we would have had a version of Alfred as such, I would have said, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. It sounds interesting, but you're crazy. Man, this landed. It's stuck, and it is so awesome to see. And man, I think that's one thing that I took away even from the first issue was just, you know, how different things are, and then seeing Alfred the way he is in here, dude, it is so intense, and I love it. I love seeing Alfred as such. But again, it is no surprise, guys, that for tonight's runner-up, we're gonna talk Absolute Batman with Absolute Batman issue number 2 coming in as tonight's runner-up. Top sale for this one, CGC 98, $112, 7-day trend of 18%. It's time to kick off the actual top 10 list. What do we got? Izzy at number 10.
Well, we're going to keep it in Absolute Batman universe. Absolute Batman 2025 annual number 1. We have a top sale of a 9.8 at $85. We tracked 92 copies. We've talked about this book at nauseum. This is kind of like the book that was one of the books that really kicked off this absolute craze that we're currently going through right now. And it's largely because of Daniel Warren Johnson. You got a controversial issue where, you know, Batman's beating up some white supremacists, and you got the Batmobile front and center here. This book is super hot. We're going to talk about this book again in a different cover that we haven't really spoken about before in the past, but this is probably, to me, this is the one that kind of kicked off this craze that we're currently going through. I think Absolute Batman was always popular, but when this one came out, everybody was like, we're taking notice today.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree. I think before this came out, it wouldn't have been a surprise to see it pop up like once every 6 weeks or so. Like, you know, we'd see one of the books creep back up, but this like madness that we're seeing right now, and it is madness. It's absolute madness right now. Sorry. I fell face first into that. Sorry. But this madness that we're seeing right now, really kind of kicked off when this one rolled out, and it might have coincided some with this upcoming Joker reveal. It all kind of happened very close together, right? So it's kind of like that perfect storm, that snowball effect, where we're seeing one killer release on this annual, plus the hype of the Joker, plus just the general like interest in the book kind of jumping back off again. It really worked. And just kind of a really great thing happening right now for DC as far as the snowball effect of this book.
Yep. Everything front to back of this issue is just amazing. I love it, and I can see why people flock to it. People loving this. You guys touched on some of the big points here that take place within the book. I will always talk about Daniel Warren Johnson doing amazing things because I just love Daniel Warren Johnson. But besides the fact, maybe I may sound a little biased, but the artwork inside, man, is just amazing. I really enjoy this. It is such a treat to readers, and I really think, you know, it is awesome to have in your collection. I could understand, you know, you want to pick it up just to say you have it. Maybe you want it slammed in a CGC 98 for $85, but do yourself a service, pick it up, give it a read, man, because the stuff that takes place within this issue is just so good. Yeah, dude, I've got.
You have like 20 copies, right?
I've got a few, not 20. I didn't get crazy on it.
This is one of the only issues in the run that I only have one of, actually, because I missed this book on FOC, and only ended up getting one, kind of kicking myself because I was getting basically duplicates of every issue, and this one.
Yep.
Keep in mind, it came at a final week for the month, like the final week of the month, and there wasn't a lot around it, so it was one of those books like it's an annual, but no one really picks up annuals like that. Right. And this one was like, oh, wait, Daniel Warren Johnson's doing this? Oh, wait, look at that cover. Oh, wait, look at the, oh, what? And it just, like you said, snowball effect. This book is hot. And like I said, with Joker, those two, this book and the Joker announcement was the two things that really got people fired up for Absolute Batman once again.
Yep. I agree.
Yep, well said, I couldn't agree more. Guys, at number 10, we've got Absolute Batman 2025 annual number 1 with a top sale for a CGC 9.8 at $85, 7-day trend of 38%. We're sending it back to Travis for number 9. What do we got?
Up at number 9, another Absolute Batman. Absolute Batman number 11. This one is a key in this series as well. We get the origin of Absolute Bane. If you guys are reading on this has been just the whole Bane arc has been awesome. We had a high graded sale in this book, $80 for a 9.8. This book isn't that old, y'all. And 7-day growth trend of 38%. $80 for a 9.8 on this. I'm still just kind of just blown away by that number. I mean, we're issue 15 comes out tomorrow. I'm sorry, Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. But that was literally just a couple of months ago, and we're seeing
You're
this book
in the
already.
UK.
Yeah, exactly. We're already seeing this book jump to 80. It's wild. Now, if you read it, it's a great arc, but this book isn't that old, and it's already getting that bump as well. 17 copies tracked, like I said, 38% growth trend. But really, the reason you're after this one amongst the rest of them is this is a key. I mean, this is the origin of Absolute Bane. Absolute Bane is a centerpiece to several issues of this series so far, and yeah, just a really cool one, I think.
Yeah.
You know how you guys we love wrestling, and I want to do a throwback here, right? Because Bane is definitely an homage to lucha libre style wrestling with the mask and all that. But one thing I could say about this image is that it reminds me of the Hall of Famer Big
Boss
Van
Man.
Vader. No,
Oh, I thought you were
Vader.
Vader.
And
I thought you were gonna say Big Boss
it's
Man,
Vader time.
but you know why I'm thinking Big Boss Man? I don't know if you remember the segment with Undertaker, the match, the Hell in a Cell, when he hung him.
Oh yeah, but come
Oh
on,
yeah, I
don't
forgot
don't
about
you
that.
See Vader, man. I see Vader in this image, man. All I see him is go like this. It's Vader time. Just beat the crap out of Sting or something like that. I love it.
I can't help think of Boy Meets World when I think of Vader, and obviously Topanga, and then you have all of that stuff. But I mean, Topanga is Topanga. But man, back to the actual issue and what takes place within it. The entire arc now surrounding Bane, it was very intense, dude. Like from front to back, every issue was like, man, they leave you with so much to look forward to in the next issue, and that final showdown was just
Oh my god.
so good.
Oh my god. It was I haven't with here's the thing, and I'm sure this is a thing with other people. It sometimes when you get really invested in a book and you get to the end of an arc, it feels like sometimes the payoff just doesn't quite hit the way you need it to. It feels like the journey was a lot more exciting than the destination. Not here. If you're reading this book and you haven't read the finale of this arc, the destination is unbelievable. Yep. Like, it is incredible. And just everything about it, every little piece. Like I keep thinking about all the details in my head right now, and I just keep remembering more things that were like just awesome. So it was an unbelievable end to this arc, and so awesome. I'm gonna admit a moment of stupidity here.
Of course.
It's the daily occurrence with me here. The first time I saw this cover, I shouldn't even admit this. The first time I saw this cover, I must have looked at this 3 times before I even noticed that Batman was on this cover.
Yeah,
I swear to God. I didn't even notice it. I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Cool picture of Bane." I did not see Batman at all. It just did not register whatsoever. So yeah, I'm an idiot. Hi guys, I'm idiot.
Without the trade, obviously it's very evident. But with the trade there, yeah, I can understand why. But you're forever going to be an idiot, just the same.
Wow.
This issue
separating you two.
This issue notwithstanding, I'm still an idiot regardless.
No, I'm kidding, dude. I'm gonna be honest. I thought the same, but it didn't take me 3 tries. It took me like the first go around. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, man, I totally see it. It's a great issue, and it was a great arc, man. The whole Bane stuff that took place in the Absolute Batman run, it was just amazing. And as Travis said, that throwdown at the end, man, it is totally worth the price of admission. So guys, at number 9, we've got Absolute Batman issue 11, top sale for a CGC 9.8, $80, 7-day trend of 38%. Izzy, let's take it to number 8. What do we got?
At number 8 is Absolute Batman issue number 7, the regular cover that came out in April 2025. We have a reported high grade sale of $100 at a 9.8, and we tracked 25 copies being sold. This is the first appearance of Victor Freeze Jr. I love that they threw in the junior part here. We have a 7-day growth of 20%, but again, it goes back to this whole absolute Batman craze. Everybody's picking up all the books as much as they possibly can. We were talking about Bane. Now we're talking about Freeze here. And this particular arc here, I love the subtlety of the blood in the floor. That's the part that I think I really like about this cover, that it's just kind of like it's there, and it's kind of like it's starting to become a little bit of a signature of Dakota, that he just likes to put some subtleties that you don't normally see originally, like the boots that were made for hanging. But come on, man, this to me is one of my favorite covers. I think this cover is just classic. It's surreal. It's just nice, and it's Batman detecting. That's what it is, and that's what we need in our Batman. We need a Batman that's a detective, and he's big.
The verb detecting is a great way to describe it. I just like that a lot. Back off, I'm detecting.
I'm detecting.
No, this is great. You're right about that subtlety. There is always a little something. There's always something, and it's not always the same thing. Like sometimes it's like this. It's this little splash of red with the blood. There's always something subtle about a Dragotta cover in this run that kind of you find it, and once you see it, you're like, you can't unsee it. It's like the arrow in the FedEx logo. Once you see the arrow, you can never not see the arrow.
Or the Amazon smile A to Z.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
What a comparison.
Yes, Batman to FedEx.
Yeah, I literally lived 20 plus years and never noticed the arrow, and then somebody pointed it out to me, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh, Travis, I got to show you a laundry list of logos.
Dude, I was mind blown when I saw Baskin Robbins had a 31 in there, and that's because they have 31 flavors. So
someone better have been well paid for that logo. All right. Anyway, Batman. This issue is cool.
His check got lost in the mail.
Yeah.
I mean, the ice cream is kind of it ties into Mr. Freeze, right?
There you go. Right. Exactly. Exactly. But there is some speculation, like you said. We are getting to that Arkham special that's coming soon. So you would expect to see some of the people that are kind of tied in with the Arkham kind of stuff inside of the Absolute Universe kind of maybe make a reappearance here. So it's gonna be interesting. Crazy to me that this one is up to 100 now. But it's just, I mean, what do you say? The train keeps on running. What are you guys at now? Are you guys at 4 for 4 right now? I mean, I'm 4 for 4. All right.
I'm 4 for 4.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see how I end up tonight. This is a good start.
Yeah. There's one I know for a fact is going to take me out, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But at number 8, guys, we've got Absolute Batman issue 7 with a top sale for a CGC 9.8 at a pretty impressive $100 here. 7-day trend of 20%. It ain't cooling down when it comes to Absolute Batman stuff. What do we got at number 7?
Well, it's Absolute Batman annual number 1 again. The Gerald Parel variant. I hope I did not butcher your name there, sir. We did see this book pop off in the cover A earlier, and we've seen a couple other covers on this book kind of pop off. So it's interesting to see some of the different covers pop. But we did see 8 copies of this tracked this week with a $26 high raw sale for a near mint copy. We've talked about the annual number 1 ad nauseum at this point. Like, we've talked about this every week, it feels like, for the last 2 months or something. But it's interesting to see a different variant pop up here, and a variant that I really like. I'm a big fan of yellow comic covers. I think they're awesome. It reminds me of the old Superman covers from back in the day, the old Action Comics yellow covers. And for me, yellow backgrounds are cool. They look awesome. They make the covers pop. So this is one that I don't have, but I wish I did. And at $26, I might. It's
You
a
know
good
what?
one.
I'm happy to see this one because this is a different book from the group that we've been seeing. We've been seeing all these other books, and we're going to be seeing some more pop up. There's some coolness about this. Like, he's just there chilling on his bike. He's doing his thing. It does have, he's not as big as you normally see him, but he's just doing his thing. He's like, I'm riding, I'm doing my thing and stuff like that. Just doing my thing here. Um, I think this is a phenomenal cover. I think it's a simplistic cover, so there's nothing. I wouldn't go crazy off of it. I do like the style, I like the art. I like the abs. He's rocking a 6-pack there, but he's probably covering the other pack right there. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know Batman has a 9-pack.
He does. That's right.
And you do remember he has a 9-pack. There's a special one right in the middle.
I've got an extra ab.
Yeah.
I love the voice. I'm pretty sure if you would have slapped just the pumpkin spice on this, it may have passed. It may have passed.
It's possible.
Quite possible.
You were right though. The Batman we're used to is a little larger than life, and this one is more subdued, even down to like the spikes on the shoulders. Like the spikes are more subdued. Everything's a little more subdued. Doesn't even look like he's got a. It doesn't even look like that's a battle axe on his chest.
But I bet you he's packing.
It is a stunning cover. It goes without saying. I do agree with the yellow stuff, but never in my life did I think I'd be spending my birthday talking about what a man looks like on a cover, because that's where we're at, guys. That's right. At number 7, boys and gals, we've got Absolute Batman 2025 Annual number 1, the Gerald Parel variant with a top sale for around your mint at $26, 7-day trend of 28%, and I see the guys giggling in the background because, yeah, you realize that's what we did at number 7. What do we got at number 6?
Come on, did you have to guess already? It's the number 1 Batman, the Absolute Batman number 1. We have a top sale of $315 at a CGC 9.8. We tracked 115 copies sold, which gives us a 7-day trend of 20%. Guys, this is the big one. This is I guess you could say, is the biggest one of the bunch. It's the one that everybody seems to be hunting down and everybody seems to be buying, but we don't know who are these people that are buying this book at these enormous prices. There are reports. Everybody's doing their reports. Like, who's buying this book? How is this book selling like crazy? People saying it's because of the holidays. It's because everybody really wants Absolute Batman. This book just doesn't stop selling. That's the reality. And there's so many people out there that want this book. And apparently there's people out there that still don't have it because they're paying top dollar for this book.
I know a few that don't have it, and they're hating it right now. And I keep telling them, don't do it.
I know a certain birthday boy that might have one.
Or 10.
Yes, absolutely.
He got one for each year of his birthday.
Yeah, well, stop. I'm not 10. But hey, man, look, it goes without saying. I think right now, when it comes to this book, it's become such an iconic cover. And I'm ballsy enough to say that right now because, yeah, we look at the entire year and we go back to last year. Dude, this cover has been homaged already. And ironically, yeah, exactly. And who better to homage than Jogora? Just recently, right? And
that cover is fire though. It's amazing. It's a great cover.
I love it, especially with the classic gray and blue, right? But for me, I think it's just an awesome book to have in the collection. We did talk a bit about this last week when it comes to, the coin that people are spending on this. We hope that it wasn't because of first appearance. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem to be the case. I feel like people have started to catch on, which we'll talk about in just a bit. But when it comes to the book, I mean, it's one that I think everybody just wants to have in their collection right now, man. When you look at the modern books that have been dropping within the last year, this one is purely dominating. And it's to the point where I've seen videos and I spoke about it last night on my show how it's actually upset quite a few collectors who have been in the game for quite some time, how they're puzzled by these sales. I'm not, man, because in all honesty, this book has brought in so many of the casuals, the never ever collecting comics type people, newbies. They have now started to be interested in comics, and I use this example all the time. Steve is here in the chat. Steve didn't read comics. This was the first comic that stood out to him. He wanted to read it, and here he is now reading Hyde Street, Geiger, Ghost Machine stuff. Dude, we can go on forever. Transformers. It brought him into the hobby, and I think Batman's been a good gateway for people who have never read comics, maybe not too familiar with Batman, and they're giving Batman a shot via Absolute Batman and loving it. I'm happy to see that. I think this is great for the hobby. Whether you want to admit that or not, that's on you. But for me, I think it is just awesome to see how the casuals, the never ever before comic collector, is now interested in comics because of such an amazing title.
You know who's happy? Dealers. Dealers are very happy right now because if they have their Absolute Batmans, they're super happy that they're able to sell them at the price that they're going for. But to be honest with you, I'm with you, Lando. I think it's great for the industry. I think it's good for comics that we have a book that people are actually trying to pick up. Whether you're happy or not, that this book is selling for the price it is, that's really on you. I'm not spending that money because I have my copy, happened to be signed, and that's okay with me. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me. I know it does. People are concerned. I think that's what the reality is. It's a general concern that people are overspending for a book. But if it's your money, do what you want with it. If you want to spend that money for a book like this, you can, and you will, if that's what you want. So I love the cover. I like the story. I think it's great, man.
I know we've said this before, but I think the key here is story's good, right? I mean,
Fantastic.
like you don't get this, like if they release Absolute Batman and it's a pile of garbage, then we're not talking about this right now, right? Like that's a fact. Like nobody's solely buying these for covers. I mean, they're great covers. I am not knocking Nick Dragotta's art at all. Every cover I have loved, but we're not buying these for covers. Some people are buying them for spec, but if you're buying them for spec now, then you missed. But the fact is, it's a great story. They're crushing it. This creative team is not missing. There hasn't really been a lull in this series to start.
Nope.
And you don't get that without a really good series. So this is as big of a shout out to this creative team of Snyder, Dragotta, Martin, Walta, Johnson, all of them, everybody who's worked on this book. This is a testament to the work that they're doing within the book, and you don't get these kind of numbers with bad writing. So,
yeah, well said, man. Absolutely. And for myself, just to finish off on what I was saying regarding the bringing in new collectors, man, it's great for the hobby. It is great, and like I said, it's such a great gateway for somebody who has never read comics or wants to pick up something new, refreshing for Batman. This is totally the right book for you. It is now going to a 10th printing. It's been confirmed, and the annual that we were just talking about is also going to a second printing. That 10th printing was inevitable. We saw this coming. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to 15, and maybe eventually we'll start talking about the later printings over on Cover Price. Who knows?
But the important thing to note about it, this book is hot not because of an iconic looking cover, which it is an iconic cover. It's hot because of story.
Yep.
And that's the part that I think is the most important part of it. When comic books are at their best is when you have a team, artist and writer and inker and colorist nowadays, right? That put everything they got into it. And we're seeing it. And now you're seeing the success of it. DC's in a place it probably hasn't been ever in a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Well said.
to say that DC is happy about this, oh, please, they're ecstatic about this because,
Yep.
like you said, 10th printing, they're going to sell those out as well.
Yep.
So, the trades are out. The trade for the first arc is out. So you could do it. And yeah, I think this is really good for the industry because it's not about a cover that everybody loves, even though everybody loves covers. But just like we do this show week after week, the covers, the hot covers usually stay here for 1, maybe 2, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, all these absolute Batman's been staying here week after week after week, and it's because of story.
Yeah, this isn't a movie. This isn't a TV show. There's none of that buzz. This is straight hype. This is heat. This is wrestling heat. You know what I mean? Like it's good stuff. So I love it. I love it.
Likewise, but we've got some more diving to do when it comes to Absolute Batman stuff in just a minute. But guys, at number 6, we've got Absolute Batman number 1 with a top sale for a CGC 9.8 at $315, 7-day trend of 20%. Guys, we are about to get to the halfway mark, and there's 102 of you in the live chat. So do make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if it's your first time here, and comment below if you're catching the replay, man. Let us know what you guys think of the list tonight. Back to the list, number 5. Travis, what do we got?
At number 5, guess what? She's back. Absolute Batman number 14. This is the Derek Chu variant, the Harley Quinn cover that we have been so excited to see. Top sale this week of a CGC 9.8 at $45 with a 7-day growth trend of 41%. Sorry about that, not 14. 62 copies tracked. This is the first cover of Absolute Harley Quinn, and the book contains the first appearance of Absolute Harley Quinn. So if you've read this, you know about the kind of changes to the character. Harley is she's very different, and it's kind of refreshing. So second week in a row, we've seen this pop up here, and well deserved. Derek Chu crushed this. This is a great cover, and yeah, a little bit of key action here, a little great cover, a hot series. It's really kind of the perfect combination for a top 10 book for sure.
I agree.
Get your cosplays ready because I want to see some buzz cut Harley Quinns out there.
Let's go.
That's what I want to see. Give me the paint job, everything buzz cut, big sweater. Let's do it.
Without going too deep into the story itself, in case anybody didn't read it yet, but Harley Quinn, man, this is a totally different take on the character, and just like everybody who's been introduced within this universe. But one thing I'm asking myself now is, do you guys think we're going to get to the point where maybe Harley does become the Red Hood in this universe?
I don't think so.
No,
and here's my reason. I think Snyder is a mark when it comes to history, when it comes to character history, and the Red Hood persona is always a mystery at first, right? So I think it will once he'll introduce a Red Hood, it may not be Jason Todd. I'll say that much. It may not be Jason Todd, even though we did get a little bit of Dick Grayson somewhere planted in here, which I'm sure people are going to talk about. So I think a Red Hood will appear. I don't think it's going to be Harley. Maybe a Poison Ivy.
Could be.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you on Snyder. Typically, not going too far out of the lines when it comes to where certain characters end up. But I think it would be a cool idea. I do. What if this is a reference to Nightwing, but what if like Absolute Jason is just like a living crowbar or something like that? That'd be cool. That'd
be wild.
Cool. That'd be great. I'm here for it. It'd be great. It'd
Book,
be the ultimate troll job.
The book was number 1 last week, guys, and now we are looking at Absolute Batman issue 14, coming in at number 5. This one being the Derek Chu variant. Top sale for this in a CGC 9.8, $45, 7-day trend of 41%. The copies were moving, but when it comes to DC, it seems lately there's some rumors, some speculation going on, especially when we get to number 4 tonight. What do we got?
Oh, I am so happy to talk about this one. Number 4, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, the animated movie. This is the adaptation of what I consider to be one of the greatest Batman movies, regardless of whether it's animated or live action. This book is hot. We'll explain why in a minute, but we have a top sale of a 9.8 at $231 with a 7-day trend of 59%. So let's go ahead and talk about the reason why this book is in this list right now. There is a rumor out there, and right now we're still at rumor mode, that Scarlett Johansson, the Black Widow herself, will be joining the cast of the next Batman movie, the Matt Reeves Batman Part 2. And there is some thought that she's playing a character that we've never seen in live action. So who they think it is? Most people think it's Andrea Belmont. And if I don't want to give up spoilers for a movie that's practically 30 years old, but if you know, you know.
Mhm.
And Andrea Belmont, I cannot unseen this now. I want Scarlett Johansson to be Belmont now more than ever because she looks the part. And if you watch this movie, you know what I'm talking about. I love this movie so much.
Yeah, I'm with Love for
Oh.
Comics. It's Beaumont. I didn't want to correct you in your tangent, your spiel.
Hey, it's a New York thing. Don't worry. I'm going to always do that kind of stuff.
But yeah, man. Travis, take it away.
Yeah, so Izzy, I'm with you. This for me is one of the greatest Batman movies ever made, and for me, it's in conversation. I mean, like, it's in conversation. Like, if you catch me on the right day, I might say this is it. This is the one. Look, anybody that has watched this channel or ever seen me talk about comics knows that when it comes to the animated series, for me, that is the holy grail. Like, the Batman animated series is the holy grail. This is, look, there it is. My son has this book. My son looks at this book, has memorized every part of that book. Every single one. It's fantastic. If you don't have that book, you should go get it. It's fantastic.
It is beautiful, this book. It's a poster book, but...
Yep. So this one in particular, though, you're kind of right. And I'm sorry, not kind of. You are very right. When you hear Scarlett Johansson and you hear a hint at Andrea Beaumont, you can't unsee it. I did just recently watch this like 2 nights ago too. After the news dropped, I was like, whatever, let's watch it again. And it still holds up. It still has, in my opinion, maybe. Okay, I'm just gonna say, in my opinion, like, I think it's maybe the greatest Batman scene. Period. And there's a scene where Bruce puts his mask on for the first time, and It is insanely powerful. I mean, the reaction from Alfred, everything about it. It is an insanely powerful scene, and I absolutely adore this movie. We deserve this if this is the direction we're going, and if it's Scarlett Johansson, rock and roll. Let's do it.
Yep. Yeah, dude. I honestly, I could totally see her playing the role. I want to see her play the role, but man, you guys were talking so much about the movie, and maybe there's people here who have not had the opportunity to watch it. I do encourage everyone to do so, because yes, it is probably the best when it comes to Batman. And one thing that stands out to me every time I think of Phantasm, I remember when this came out, dude. Video stores were still a thing, man, and going to the video store, dude. The guy doesn't even watch, but shout out to Marty, man. JFC Video. That's where I went, and they had that poster in.
Did you say JFC?
Yeah, it was JFC. JFC Video. And anyways,
I use that acronym a lot.
Anyways, dude, he had this poster on the window, man, and I swear to God, man, it was so tempting to like not just take that. And I wanted it, and I'll never forget. Like, I kept telling myself, when this comes down, I need to ask him for it, man. And it came down. It was gonzo, dude. Like, immediately gonzo. I never got it. I've always wanted a poster of this movie.
You guys heard, For his birthday, get him a poster. That's what he wants.
No,
So-
don't give me anything.
Lando.
But man,
I remember being a kid and watching this and not seeing any of the previews for it. I didn't see it till it came out on VHS. I never saw it in theaters. I never saw any of that. Because this did go to theaters. I'm pretty sure this was not direct to video.
It came out during the holiday season, so it was actually a movie that came out during Christmas.
Yep.
And back in '93, it had a very low window because again, back then they didn't promote animated films the way they normally do today.
Right.
It wasn't the same thing. It was a continuation from season 1 to season 2 of the animated feature. So it actually didn't really perform well, which is sad, but it did perform in the video market.
Yes.
In the video market, people grabbed it. I have a copy. And another thing that's worth noting is we're talking about this comic book that's the adaptation. Be on the lookout for the small ash can that came with the DVD and the VHS. That one's actually asking. It's not asking for a lot right now because I don't think a lot of people know about it. But it's a small mini version of this book. But that one, I believe it came out after this one. So this is the original, where that one's the one that came with the DVD copy, or the VHS copy, which came in that. Remember those plastic VHS cases?
It was black. I remember it. I think it was black.
So,
So the thing I was going to say is that having not seen any press for this, having not seen it in the theaters, the moment that you realize, and maybe everybody didn't have this, but the moment that you realize that the Joker is involved in this movie, it is delivered perfectly. It is an absolute holy crap moment in the movie. And obviously he's advertised here. Like, if I'd have seen a preview, I'd have probably saw the Joker. But if you hadn't seen that and you go into it completely blind, the way he plays in it, it's just incredibly well written, like the rest of the show, but it's just really, really good.
It's creepy too.
Yes, so creepy.
Really creepy. In all the best ways, because and again, this is one I could talk forever about. I also remember in '93 I had the novel adaptation. So there was a novel adaptation. I remember reading it front to back. I even made a book report off of that novel. That's how that was, right? Because I was in high school and I was like, I'm gonna make a book report and I'm gonna use this book. And the teacher was like, it's a novel, okay.
Easy mark.
There's parts in the novel that's not in the movie that I wish were in the movie. That's how good that novel was. I forgot who wrote it. But if you have not had the chance to watch this movie, trust me, it's so worth watching. It's an origin story. It kind of tells just a little bit of, like you said, what's Joker's role in this movie. And keep in mind, he's not the villain in this movie. He's actually a secondary villain in this movie.
Yeah, it's true.
So, by far, one of the greatest Batman movies ever. I put it right next to Dark Knight. Right next to it.
There you have it, man. Guys, I couldn't agree more with every point you brought up. At number 4, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, the animated movie, direct edition with barcode on this one. Top sale for a CGC 9.8, $231, 7-day trend of 59%. Yes, because Scarlet Joe can move books apparently on the aftermarket. Now, speaking moving books, guys.
Things you can move.
Guys, did we speak this into existence? That I'm not sure, but for some reason, here it is, guys, and I'm happy to see this. What do we have at number 3?
Number 3, finally, our long national nightmare is over. DC All-In Special number 1 is finally, once again, on the top 10. This is the Daniel Sampere regular wraparound cover, the most confusing issue in the world to read. Top sell of a CGC 9.8 for $110, 7-day growth trend of 67%, and tracked 27 copies sold. Listen, guys, I don't know if it counts as speaking it into existence if I've been screaming this for a year and a half. And Lando can attest that when we were doing the podcast, when we were doing all this stuff, every week it was, buy this book, buy this book. Yep. Buy this book. There's copies all over the shelf. And finally, it's back where it belongs in the middle of this absolute Batman hype. This is the first appearance of the Absolute Trinity for each of them. Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. It is a cool read, but it'll throw you for a loop if you're not ready for it. This is one of the most oddly written books I have, like oddly written as in like how to read it.
It's wonderful though, the way it comes
It's
together.
so cool. It's so
It reads
cool.
like a
It's-
Youngblood book.
it's right up there. It's right up there with that Court of Owls, the Snyder and Capullo Court of Owls, where like halfway through it when he's in the maze, you have to start turning the book to read it, and it's such a cool idea. But you know, we've talked about this. This is the big one. This is the one we feel like people aren't talking enough about. This is the one sitting above Lando's shoulder that I'm taking all the credit for. Like, this is the big book for me.
This book is monumental because it's the start of a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
Not only is the start of the Absolute Universe, it's also the start of the All-In initiative by DC Comics. When they started the All-In initiative, this was the book that kicked it off. This book suffers from the cover issue, right? Yep. Where they're not front and center in the cover. I would have thought if I was at DC and I was the guys behind it, knowing that this book is kind of like a flip book, right? Because that's what it is a flip book. I would have done the flip side with the Absolute characters. And then because we had them, right? This is the first appearance, not only Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman. So why not have it in the cover? And I guarantee you if that was the case, it was going to sell out more. I'm the first one that I kept going back to the shop and I kept picking up more copies to give away. And look at where we're at now. So all those people that got my giveaway of that DC All In, you're welcome, because I could have kept them. But this is the book that started it all.
And that's exactly it, man. And you know, we were saying last week, like, you know, what stood out to me is how much Absolute Batman we're talking about. And I'm like, man, how long until we start to see DC All In? Because that one has been getting completely overlooked. And, you know, I mean, this is a conversation that could be had on another day. Do you want to consider the Ashcan to be the first appearance or not? But regardless, within an actual comic, dude, DC All In is where it really kicked off. The story itself, where we saw everything unfold in DC All In, front to back, as you guys were saying. You know, you got to read it from one side, then from the other side, and then you get to the middle, and there's like so much awesomeness. But, you know, we talk a lot about Absolute Batman the last couple of weeks, the last month or so. It's been dominating the top 10. Happy to see that. But I have to say, Absolute Superman is amazing.
So good. Such
Absolute
a good series.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Up there. So good. Yes.
Right? And again, how much, when is going to be the question? Will we see those ones start to get some love? I think it's all a matter of time. Right now, the Batman craze is totally in there, and I'm happy to see that because I'm a huge fan of it. I'm loving the Absolute Batman stuff. The DC All In, it's about time that we do see this making its way to the top 10, man. Because, yeah, I mean, this really kicked off everything that we are now looking at here on the top 10. And Absolute Batman, I mean, this is a great point. You need to read this. You absolutely need to read
this. This literally is the jumping off point for all of DC's current continuity right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything that is happening in DC starts here. This was it. I guess you could call it a soft reboot. It kind of was.
It's a starting point.
Right.
That's what it is. It's a starting point. I wouldn't call it a reboot because it really wasn't a reboot or anything like that. But what it really is a starting point, a jumping in point. You know, comics used to do that back in the day when they didn't even have to put a number one. They would just say, hey, you start reading from this issue. This is the one that kind of starts things off for this new DC initiative that's going on. And it's not off.
It's not just Absolute. I mean, this literally was a jump off point for all of the other main characters in the main continuity. So, and just to your point about Superman and Wonder Woman and some of the other Absolute titles, they're all varying levels of good, and they're all very worth reading, I think. But I've been on the record of saying the first six issues of Absolute Superman versus the first 6 issues of Absolute Batman, they are very comparable. There are times when Absolute Superman is maybe even a notch above Absolute Batman in those first 6. Now, in my opinion, Batman really put the pedal to the floor after the Mr. Freeze thing, and it hasn't looked back since then. But for the first 6 issues or so, Superman's going blow for blow. Wonder Woman going blow for blow. Like they are all very neck and neck and they're all amazing series. So definitely worth the read. I think trades are starting to come out of these books now. I think they're out. I know that for sure. At least the first sets of trades have come out, and it's definitely been. It's definitely time to at least jump on these and start reading them, even if you're not going to buy the individual issues. And this is the jumping off point.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. I hope you guys do get a chance to pick up a copy raw so you can give this a read. But at number 3, we've got DC All-In Special number 1, the Daniel Sampere regular wraparound cover top sale for a CGC 98, $110, 7-day trend of 67%. What do we got at number 2 is
DCKO number 1. This is the Dan Mora second printing featuring the Absolute Trinity, but they're called the Three Destroyers. I love that in the title. We have a high sale of a raw copy for $25 near mint. We track 17 copies at a 7-day trend of 158%. I always love a great Dan Mora cover, and I love these little boxes that he's been doing. But now we have them. We have the Absolute Trinity in a DC comic, not an Absolute comic. They're making their appearance in this cover here, and I just love the way it looks. It brings me back to the good old days of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, it does feel that way.
Pulling off his Alice.
These kind of Brady Bunch boxy covers have been a thing lately, and I know there's at least a Nightwing Brady Bunch homage that is really popular. It still is a very popular book on the aftermarket. I love these, but it's like you said, you see Dan Mora, it's an instant, like, it draws your attention. Like, I've been going back and looking at some of his World's Finest covers from this recent run with Mark Waid, and they are magnificent. They are magnificent covers. I think number 6 is just one of the most incredible looking covers I've ever seen from Dan Mora. It is beautiful. So Dan Mora is elite. He is elite when it comes to doing his thing with these DC characters. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Dan Mora to me is elite on all levels, whether it be with DC or whether it be with anything, man. I just enjoy Dan Mora art, Dan Mora covers. When I saw this one past FOC, I was like, man, there's just something about this cover. I'm going to make sure to lock one down. And I'm happy I did, because clearly we're seeing the aftermarket showing some love towards it. Whenever I see covers as such, though, I do get a little bit scared because, yeah, man, you're looking at the all black, type cover here. And it's, dude, DC,
but it's a cardstock, so it'll be fine.
That's what I was just gonna say, is that the DC print quality is something that makes me a little more at ease when I have to pick this one up. So I was okay.
That cardstock's got a little ass to it. You're all right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tons of it. But of course, guys, at number 2, we've got DCKO number 1. But the Dan Mora cover, second printing, top sale for this one in a raw near mint, $25, 7-day trend of 158%. It is.
I like the Wonder Woman.
Sorry,
she's that Rhea Ripley. It's that Rhea Ripley Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
it is.
I'm digging it.
Just like Rhea.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Rhea Ripley is from WWE. Of course, we are 3 wrestling nerds, so of course you're gonna get some wrestling references. But at number 1, things are about to get a little strange. What do we got, Travis?
All right, we're going to say wrestling nerds. I did absolutely mix up Pop and Heat earlier. I don't know what I was thinking. That was a very dumb moment. But I'll admit it, because this is a safe space, right? It's the internet. All right, here we go.
Mark.
Number 1, we have Stranger Things number 1, the Aleksi Briclot? I don't know. Regular cover. Guys, surprise, surprise. Stranger Things has debuted the first part of its season finale on the 26th of November. It left on a major cliffhanger, and social media has been just going crazy with theories. The next third of the final season debuts on Christmas. We did track 14 copies sold of this book with a high graded sale of $84 for CGC 9.8. So still a pretty good chunk of change there for this book. But I will say this. A little shocked it's not higher. with the buzz behind Stranger Things, especially for this finale season. I do love this cover. This is a really gorgeous cover. The usage of color, everything about this is really, really, really good. Kind of just really takes me back to like that magic I felt watching that first season. Now I am behind on Stranger Things. I'm not even actively watching the final season right now, so I'm trying to catch up. But I will never forget watching this first season for the first time and just being completely just enamored with everything about it. It gave you all the good feelings, and I know you guys probably felt the same. Just the nostalgia kick that you get from watching watching those shows. It's awesome. So well deserved. This is obviously a buzz pick for number one. We know why this one is up there. And correct me if I'm wrong, is the final episode, it's getting a theatrical release, right?
Yes,
I heard
so
that.
The final episode is going to be on New Year's Day for 2 days only. New Year's Day and I believe the 2nd as well. So they're going to do the final episode there. However, it'll also be streaming on Netflix because, Netflix, they just love having their things on their streamers because that's where they really want their stuff. I'm with you on this cover. It's so amazing that this series debuted in 2015, but it wasn't until 2018 that we get a comic book. And Dark Horse has been producing numerous Stranger Things comics. So there's a whole laundry list of Stranger Things comic books that are out there that they're really good stories. And for a very long time, Dark Horse Comics was the leader in doing IP projects. So whenever there was an IP franchise like Predator, like Alien, you would get a Dark Horse. Star Wars, dare I say, their Star Wars comics are so much better than what I've seen. But this is another one that starts there, and I love how they kept it to that 80s poster style with it, with the art here. Briclot, we'll call him Briclot. If we butcher your name, if you're watching, we're sorry.
Alexi, hit us up. Let us know how to say your last name, dog.
Yeah, let us know how to say your last name. But this is a perfect example of keeping that nostalgic alive, which I think what makes Stranger Things so good, that it still has that nostalgic of the 80s, but it has its own character. It has its own, feel to it. So, and it will be missed, even though I'm hearing that there's a Nancy story coming along. I don't know how good that's going to be, though.
I may give an unpopular opinion here.
Oh God, we'll allow it because it's your birthday, but any other day, I'm probably going to ask for your removal from the show.
Boy.
I actually fell off Stranger Things as of season 3. I don't know, man.
That's it. I'm out.
I couldn't anymore. I kind of threw in the towel. I'm seeing a lot of the trailers and everything. Let me tell you, take Millie Bobby Brown, for example. She got, she filled out. She became a woman.
Well, they all grown, man. They've all grown.
Yeah,
man.
no, that's it, right? Like you don't feel like you're entirely watching kids anymore, type thing. You can see they've grown up, and so for myself, it never stuck. I gave it up until 3 seasons, but maybe I'm missing out, man, because all I've heard.
Season 4 is pretty good, man, and season 3 was probably the weakest season.
Maybe that's what it was, man. But I had a hard time with season 3, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm not feeling this, so I wasn't going out of my way to watch it.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing nothing but amazing things so far out of the episodes that we got on the first half of this final season.
Yeah.
So I just might want to go back to this and
man.
watch.
You'll love Eddie Munson, man. Lando.
Yeah,
You'll love Eddie.
Sure,
You'll love
sure.
Eddie.
I've caught all the solos, and I mean, and anytime I saw, dude, it's probably the most badass guitar solo ever on television, right?
Yep.
I think Travis could agree with me on that one.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Exactly.
It's up there. It's up there.
It is.
It
But
was so big that it put Masters of Puppets
Lando.
#1 back in Billboard.
You just
don't-
got
that doesn't
outed
really happen.
in the chat. You just got super outed in the chat. Really?
I never watched Game of Thrones. I didn't.
I'm with you, Lando. I'm not a Game of Thrones guy. I just didn't have HBO at the time.
I have a horrible story behind that, though. Horrible story.
Everybody's got a horrible story with Lando. That's why we all watch it. We all suffer together.
Yeah, pretty much.
I never said it was great. I said, "Why? How have you not watched it?"
Well, so long story short, because I don't want to keep everybody here, but the main reason why I never watched Game of Thrones, dude, I was working at a place where everybody was talking Game of Thrones. And I'm like, yeah, man, I've never watched it. And then finally they're like, dude, you really got to watch this. So I found the time, dude. I happened to be home on a Sunday night, was supposed to be a band practice, but it got canceled. So I see Game of Thrones playing on TV. I turn it on HBO, and what do I see? I see everybody dying in a wedding. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? What is this? So the first
you saw
episode I
that
ever
episode?
watched. Yeah, the first episode I watched was the Red Wedding, and that was my first ever episode.
Bro just turns it on in the middle of Reigns of Castamere. Like, just that's it. That's
So, dude, I went to work the next day. I'm like, guys, what are you making me watch? What just happened?
every Lando goes to work and everybody is absolutely devastated, and he's like, "What happened?"
Yeah, that was it. I had no idea what was going on. They're like, are you serious? We've been telling you to watch this for weeks, and this is what you decide to watch.
I literally had to watch Silicon Valley to cleanse my palate after that episode. I was like, God, bring me Silicon Valley, because it used to come on right after Game of Thrones.
Yeah. But
oh
anyway,
my God.
back to Stranger Things. I'm not surprised to see this one coming in at number one because, yeah, I'm hearing nothing but amazing things. I fell completely off it as of season 3, so I might go back to watch season 3, 4, and 5 just to see what is going on. What's all the hype about? Because, yeah, I'm kind of curious to know how this one's going to close out. And when it comes to the comics, well, as you can see, people are flocking to it because, guys, at number 1, we've got Stranger Things. Number 1, the Aleksi Briclot regular cover, top sale. CGC $98.84, 7-day trend of 306%. Guys, that was the top 10 show. We hope you guys had a good time. I know I did. I got to kick it with you guys, the live chat. Even though it's my birthday, I wanted to make sure I got to kick it with all of you. And I kid you not, man. My parents were like, you doing anything for your birthday, or we're going to do a get together? I'm like, no, I'm getting together with the boys. We're bringing the top 10. That's what we're doing. That's my top 10. That's my birthday plans. That's
had no Marvel this week. Not a
no Marvel, not one.
Marvel book.
Not one. Not one.
In fact, the first Marvel book that even makes it remotely into the runner-ups is number 18.
Wow.
That says a lot about how big DC has gotten this year.
Flexing.
Crazy. It's amazing to see, man. It is absolutely amazing to see. But guys, man, we hope you enjoyed yourselves. Let's go around the horn. Say good night, Izzy. Take it away.
Good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Lando. Happy birthday, my brother. May you get a really good birthday today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you eaten all the food you want to eat, get all the presents you want, as well as eat as much cake as you want, man. I know how it is, bro. But seriously, man, I hope you have a great birthday with the few hours that are remaining for your birthday. But definitely, I'll just pass it down to Travis. Travis, give him some kind of love today.
Hell no, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, thank you guys for coming to hang out with us. I appreciate the chat always being here every week, and thank you too for being here. And yes, I will, since it is his birthday, Lando, happy birthday, buddy. I already sent you an actual birthday wish at about midnight last night. It was filled with positive messages and really good things. No profanity whatsoever.
Yeah,
it was a really wonderful audio message.
So you opened the bag.
Yeah. It definitely didn't end with an expletive. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. This is awesome to get together with you guys every Monday. It's going to be a great time seeing all these books kind of pop off. And once again, Lando, happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you for trying. I did open that message this morning, and let me tell you, my kids were eating their cereal and their spoon stopped when they heard everything, and they dropped the spoon. They were like, well, there's a ton of swear words, Dad.
You're lying. You did not. I feel really bad because it was not PG. It wasn't even R.
Not at all. But yes, no, thank you guys for the wishes. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're catching the replay, make sure to comment below. One cheap plug that I definitely want to put out there is this upcoming Sunday, December 14, I'm doing a huge giveaway show over on my channel where we're going to be doing maybe 2 to 3 hours worth of just constant giveaways, man. We're giving away books all night. Shout out to Love for Comics, who's here in the chat. He's donating a ton of the recent blind bags that have come out, and some that are very hard to get as well. So make sure to tune in. It's Black Crown Comics. You're more than welcome to join. It is a giveaway for subscribers, so you got to be subscribed. Show some love, and let's just hang out, man. Holiday spirit. That's all I want to do. And tomorrow night, of course, we're going to be back with the new Comic Book Day show, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, going through some of the books dropping this week. And guys, it is a big week. Of course, we said it throughout the show. Absolute Batman issue 15 is going to be coming out. And let me tell you that the story itself, man, from what I've seen, is absolutely nuts. Man, I can't wait to see what some of you think regarding Absolute Joker. It is wild, absolutely wild, but it doesn't end there. Don't forget TMNT blind bags. There's tons of good stuff to talk about. So don't forget, tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, have yourselves an amazing rest of the night. Enjoy your day tomorrow, and we will catch you at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Have yourselves a great night. Adios.
Ah.